Hey everybody, welcome to BarberDaves, My Take on Stuff. Today we're going to do a coffee review. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome to BarberDaves, My Take on Stuff. Thought I'd do something a little bit different today. For those of you that are coffee lovers, there's a brand new coffee roaster startup located out of just south of Salt Lake City. And I have been trying his coffees over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Very small startup. He's a good friend of mine. And it's very simply called Chad's Coffee. Very simple, very good logo, very simple marketing. His shop is on Etsy, and I'll include the link on that in the bottom. And also, through October 15th, if you put in the code BarberDave, you will get a 5% discount. So let's get into it. He's got basically three roasts right now. He's got a Vietnamese roast. He also has, and that's the smaller bag. And he also has a Peruvian roast. This is the bigger bag. And then also a Colombian. I don't have that bag with me because it's been drank already. Now, I should say for this coffee review, all the coffee was reviewed black, no cream, no sugar, although I have had it with cream and sugar or cream and stevia for my case. And it's very, very good either way. All of the roasts are done medium. However, you can adjust the amount of coffee that you use to strengthen or weaken the coffee as you wish. Medium roasts are usually the widest, I should say, the broadest way of roasting for a variety of palates. So, as I said, the Colombian, the Peruvian, and the Vietnamese. Now, for this review, all of the coffee was done in an AeroPress and a pour over. And just absolutely fantastic. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the Colombian first. And I apologize, I am going to be reviewing to my notes here. It's a medium grind. Now, as I brewed this coffee, it was with filtered water, black, so no cream, no sugar, and an AeroPress. Now, the aroma of the Colombian is deep with a toasted almond, almost a plum aroma, but not sweet, and then maybe a hint of fig. As far as the flavor, you had toasted nuts, dark chocolate, hints of fig, and a nice wood. And it could be construed, depending on your palate, as a cedar or oak. On the palate, very smooth. You get a little bit of a cardboard note on the top of the palate, but it's not terrible. No trace of bitterness, and it's woody on the palate. The overall impression for the Colombian is very, very nice and delicious. This could be a daily go-to. For my palate, it was a little bit, the medium roast, even when I bumped up the amount of coffee, it was a little mild for me. However, for most people, I think this would be a fantastic daily go-to and probably one of the best Colombians that I've tasted. And it should say that Chad's Coffee is a brand new startup. He's roasting, very small business. And as you know, I believe in supporting small businesses. And he's been doing very, very well with this, just launched, and I think you should give him a try. Okay, as far as the Peruvian is concerned, the process, again, a medium grind, filtered water, black with the AeroPress. The aroma was really toasted, very deep, woody, some pepper and some spice. Very, very, for a medium roast, very, very strong to my palate, which I like. The flavor, really simple. It was deep, spicy, and you had a bitter, dark chocolate on the retrohale if you were to use, to get the flavors through your olfactory senses. Um, on the palate, again, it was very creamy. Not that there was any vanilla or any cream in it, but it just had a very creamy, thick on the palate type of feeling, and with the bitter chocolate, as I stated before. The overall impression of that was darker and very much more robust to my palate than the Colombian. Uh, no cons at all. The only con that I would have had for the Colombian is when I received, and these are all shipped to you within 2 days, usually, depending on the post. And the only con that I had, and I was one of the first ones that received the bag, uh, there was a couple of green beans in there, but other than that, it was no big deal. I just removed those that probably in the roasting process probably just didn't go through. Um, the aroma is just wonderful, deep, dark. It's just fantastic. I will say that the Peruvian is my favorite of the three so far. So let's move on to the Vietnamese. And like I said, he's only got 3 roasts currently. He's working on a blend that will be coming out in the not too distant future. So please check out that. And basically, it's www.chadscoffee.etsy.com. And again, I'll put that link along with the 5% discount code in the description section of the video. Okay, this is the one that I was really looking forward to, and that was the Vietnamese. In fact, that's what I'm drinking right now. This is my third cup today. Again, medium grind, filtered water, AeroPress, and black. I like the AeroPress because it's quick and it's fast. I have tried it with a pour over, and it's very good either way. I just like the way the AeroPress, because to me, an AeroPress is just quicker and faster. I do have a French press. The AeroPress and the French press are really close. You get a little bit deeper flavoring with a pour over, but it takes a little bit more time. I prefer the AeroPress because it's just fast, and if I want a cup of coffee in 45 seconds, I've got a cup of coffee. Well, 3 minutes and 45 seconds because I boil the water. But besides that, so let's talk about the Vietnamese. There's a lot going on with this coffee. It's very complex. What I had is I get spices, and I want to say baking spices, but I can't really nail that down. My brain was having a hard time trying to figure that out. I get linen paper, so that really nice linen that you would use with a fountain pen. I get a little bit of that. So kind of a cardboard hint, but with the linen, very clean. Pepper and green vegetation, like you would the woods that you would get in kind of the jungle, but not green to the point of raw. Just very, very beautiful aroma. I mean, it's just, of the three, this one has the best aroma. As far as the flavor is concerned, I was expecting, and some of the research I've done, and I'm by no means a coffee aficionado, that Vietnamese coffee is very strong. Now, this could be the medium grind. However, I used a little bit extra, but it was milder than I expected. Not quite as robust as the Peruvian, but still stronger than the Colombian, but not what I expected. I expected it to really pretty much punch me in the chest. But it's got extremely nice smoothness. There's not a lot of creaminess to it. You do get some woods with very mild, but almost a white pepper, not necessarily a dark ground pepper. Super flavorful. And what I did like about that is it lingers in the mouth on the palate, and it's super, super smooth. Very, very nice. Um, as I said, very thick, not bitter at all. And it's actually stronger on the palate than the Peruvian, but again, without being creamy. The one thing I liked about the Peruvian is it did have some creaminess to it, but in no means is this a bad coffee. In fact, this one ranks number two to me now. Um, my overall impression on this is very nice. Again, much more mild than the Peruvian, but stronger than the Colombian. I think this would be a perfect coffee for every day in the morning. And I really think, and I'm going to try this later, that it would make a fantastic iced coffee. So we're going to try that a little bit later today. So that's pretty much it, guys. Please check him out. It's Chad's Coffee. Once again, www.chadscoffee.etsy.com. And if you mention Barber Dave, you will get a 5% discount until October 15th. That's it. This has been Barber Dave's, my take on stuff, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care.